guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing another tent video. I did end up returning that Pomoly Lite tent. It's just too small. But I did end up getting another tent for hot tenting, so here we are. Right now I'm drinking a Outer Range 2-pound tent. Not sponsored, but hey, maybe they'll see my video. Just kidding. Anyway. I got a Luxe Megahorn shelter. They also call it the Megahorn 3. This is the white version, and you can see that this actually has a silver lining, so it helps retain the heat, also to block UV rays a little bit better. So this is direct from Luxe Hiking Gear in Washington. And anyway, this shelter is like $295, something like that. And it already has a pre-installed stove jack like the Pomoly. A little bit different. This tent's a little bit taller and a little bit wider. So we'll go ahead and get this open and set up. Hopefully I can set this one up. It's supposed to be easier because it has some straps, so you know which side to set up first. So let's open the box. There we go. Okay. Looks like it's got a packing slip with my name on it. Oh, cool. Apparently you get a sticker too. I'm a sucker for stickers, mainly for brewery stickers, but I do like stickers. So there is a little user's guide in the bottom of the box, or in the top. I don't know if I opened it right, but there you go. Your safety is important. You might die if you put a stove in your tent. So it comes in a nice little rolled up sack with some straps. It's actually, you know, it's heavier than the Pomoly, but it almost feels lighter, even though it's bigger. This is like 8 pounds or something like that. So anyway, let's just open this right up. Okay, so it's got a cool roll sack, so it'll keep your tent dry. So you roll it up, and then it's got the clips at the end, so you roll it up. So that's kind of cool. It's different than any other tent I've had, and it's got Velcro to open it up. There's our stove jack. Oh, and this one actually already has a hole in it, which is nice. Well, maybe the other one did too. So if you don't want the extra weight of the bag, you can, that actually comes with the strap on the tent itself, so you don't have to take the outer bag. It's pretty light, so it's just a little Velcro strap. We'll set that aside in the bag. We'll unroll. So inside here is our center pole. Comes in kind of a mesh bag. And then our tent stakes. And everything here is the same fabric. The bag, the top of the tent itself. So let's go ahead and see what kind of stakes we got with this one. Hey, look, it's about the same. Just these little lightweight, these almost weigh nothing. But actually, these are a lot sturdier than the Pomoly ones were. But yeah, pretty much don't weigh anything.
We'll see how they stand up to the step-on test.
Yes. So this is the horn of the tent. So this is the top of the tent for venting and whatnot. We'll just set that to the side. All right. So this is not a ripstop material like the Pomoly was. If you come up close and take a look. So this is I think polyester or something like that. So it's a little bit heavier than ripstop, but it has that silver lining on the inside like I was talking about. So they say it's white, but it's gray. Just throwing that out there. This is not a white tent like their website. This is definitely gray. Okay, let's see if we can set it up. So there's straps on the inside that are supposed to make it easier, these guys. So you stake one side and then pull the strap. This is much larger. Okay, so this is definitely bigger than the first tent we had, the Pomoly. So on the box, this actually has instructions, unlike the Pomoly. So it says lay shelter on the ground, the shape of a hexagon, attach the 2 horizontal tapes between 1, 3, 2, 4, peg out 6 points, assemble supporting pole. Not sure what that means. Okay. Oh, here we go, right there. So 1, 3, 4, no. Attach horizontal tapes between 1,
here
3,
are your tapes. Here are
2
your
and
tapes.
4. Yes. Peg out 6 points 1 through 6.
Yeah, so then you do
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
and then you go back and finish with 8, 7, 9, and 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to point out this tent is not seam sealed.
But we'll be doing that
Yeah, we'll
since
do
we're
that.
keeping it.
Yeah.
Since
So just an FYI, if you buy a Luxe tent, if you open the box, they won't return it. So it's ours now. So we're setting it up just like the diagram, because with the Pomoly I didn't have a diagram. Basically what I'm doing is staking out the door, and if you look under here, there's a little strap here that helps you get the right tension across. I also wanted to point out that this has snow skirts, unlike the Pomoly tent. The bigger Pomoly tents have it, but their bigger tents are much heavier than this one. Just throwing that out there. I've already put one stake in, and I can already tell these are a lot sturdier, even though they feel super light. Even with this... Okay, Max, go. You know, with this super light hammer, these are not like chipping or anything as I pound them in. Unlike the stakes I got with the Pomoly. I'm not saying that was a terrible tent, but you know, these stakes are definitely better. From what I can tell, the straps are a little bit nicer as well. I guess we'll see with the reinforcement in the corners if it's any good, but the stitching's kind of crazy here with these straps and stuff. Yeah, much better stakes. Can I have another?
right there. Oh no.
That's the broken one. I found my stake from the Pomoly tent that broke, and look at the size difference of this thing. So, yeah, much better stakes with the Luxe shelter. And you can see too where your straps go. There's a nice little right angle there to catch your strap. These are rounded, and I just stepped on it and that's what happened. So anyway, okay, I just did what they said. So let's get the pole out. One big difference with this pole compared to the Pomoly, tape, is it's not, it doesn't have the like paracord in there, so it doesn't, you know, stick together, so they're all kind of separate. Oh, another big difference here is the Megahorn has bug netting around the doors. So you can see there's a door and then a separate bug net. So if you wanted to use it in the summer, you can. The zippers already seem a little bit nicer. They say they're YKKs, but they don't say it on the zipper themselves. The door is a double zipper, so you can open it from the top or the bottom. You have to put the adjustable side on the top because the tent attaches with this peg. So if you look here on the top straps, there's a hole where this peg is gonna go. All right. So I definitely need to loosen these. This tent already went up way easier, even though it's bigger. I'm just gonna go around and tighten everything.
I like the snow skirt edition.
Yes, the snow skirts are very nice.
You know, since it's snowing out.
Yeah, you can see we're actually getting some snow, so that one's pretty tight. The straps are much beefier than the Pomoly.
Okay, I think that's good. That's good.
Dang, that's nice.
You should put the top on. Oh, Jesse, come on, you're killing me.
So you just throw this over the top, and the very top, it's really reinforced, and then you can also see that there's some little hooks all the way around. You just hook those guys on. And you really need to open the doors to be able to reach this. This is the vent cap, and you can open those up to get some ventilation, which is super nice. If you are getting really cold or there's too much wind, you just take these off and you cross them like so, and then it closes up all your vents up top. So over here you'll see our stove jack, and it has a nice little waterproof cover, so if you're not using it, you can close that up. And again, they give you a nice little, only use this stove if you know what you're doing. So this is already nicer than the Pomoly one was as well. I don't want to dog on Pomoly, but I mean, this is like really thick silicone rubber, whatever it is.
And wider Velcro.
And the Velcro is wider, but yeah, this is thick. You just take.
Oh, look, they even put a caution carbon monoxide warning on the cover too.
Oh yeah, carbon monoxide poisoning. So just take this, stick him in there, and then you can actually leave this in. So what's really nice is if you somehow melt this, Luxe sells these on their website, and you can remove it and replace it. Unlike the previous tent, you can leave it in there and then cover it back up. So the doors, you can roll these up just like any other tent design. And then they have toggles. Oh, actually, these are hooks. That's a little bit nicer. They're hooks to hook your door open. And then you can also roll up your bug screen. The one thing I have, it looks like you have to close your bug screen because the snow skirt is attached to your bug screen. So right up here at the top, we have this bug netting. So we can pull that tight right around the pole so you don't get bugs in here. So that's kind of nice. The cord's a little long, but that's okay. And the big deal here, I can stand up and put my pants on. So that's pretty awesome. So here's the stove jack. You can see on the side. And then these are the straps that come across that help you set up the tent so it's way quicker. So you can see, pretty big, way bigger than the Pomoly Lite. So it's from stakeout point to stakeout point, it's like 13 and a half feet, something like that, and like 7.5 feet tall at the peak. But like to the bug netting is like, I'm like 5'11", 6 feet, and that's where the bug netting stops. So just keep that in mind on how tall you are. I do have the pole set on its lowest setting. So I guess if you loosen up the edges, you can raise this up, although it'll make it a little bit steeper pitch. So just a heads up on that. So far,
These little hooks.
well, they're already seam taped.
Are they?
Yeah. It does say that you want to tape your seams, but they are seam taped on the inside, which is kind of interesting. The fabric seems nice and thick, honestly. It's not ripstop, but
I think for a couple times a winter, it should work.
yeah, it should be good. I like the height. I like the height of the tent, so I can stand up. And then you do have to duck to get out of it, but not a big deal. So far, so good. The seams are not taped on the outside, but they are in the inside. I don't know if that's a big deal. Other than that, here, let's look at the straps. I don't know if you showed those off, but these straps are much beefier than the Pomoly Lite tent was, so they're a lot wider. They're nice, like almost canvas. They're like really thick. Obviously, like I said about the stakes, these are much sturdier. They don't bend. We'll have to see about the corners where they stitched all these. It is reinforced, as you can see here. So there's a nice reinforced panel in the corner. So we'll see how that lasts. Also, forgot to mention this. If it's getting a little warm in there, you can roll up your snow skirts, and there's little ties for your snow skirts, so you can get some ventilation under there as well, which is super cool. There are pre-installed guy outlines, and they have these little plastic adjusters on them, so you can guy these out and get a little bit more room in your tent. Guy out points here that brings out your panel a little bit more, so you do get a little bit more room. Hi dog. Yes, you do get a little bit more room in there when you do that, and it helps it in the wind. So guys, this is the Luxe Megahorn. I guess it's the Luxe Megahorn 3. Very nice tent so far. Definitely bigger than the Pomoly Lite. As far as I can tell, the construction is really good. I haven't seen any weird stitchings on it or anything. If I can compare the two, the Pomoly was half the price. It was $150. This was almost $300. So this is about twice the price, but it is a much bigger tent. But I would say that for my money, I would go up another $150 and get this guy. The silver one, I guess, because they say it's white, but it's actually gray silver. But the gray one is the only color that they have that has this silver lining on the inside of it. That was $20 more. So just throwing that out there. If you want to save 20 bucks, don't get it. But I would, if you're going to use this as an actual hot tent, the silver holds in the heat a little bit more. And it also, if you use it in the summertime, it keeps those UV rays from heating up your tent as bad. For the money, I'd probably get this guy. This is going to be on our future videos, of course. I did want to point out as well that this tent does not come with a mesh inner like the Pomoly does. So if you want a insert or a floor, you have to buy those separately. So I did order a bathtub floor for half of the tent, which is not here yet. It's supposed to be here at the end of the month, so I'll review that when it gets here. But for now, I'll just use a tarp. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit like, hit subscribe. See you on the next one.